influence on their heart to deal with what it is that you're dealing with. Oh, you all ain't ready for this right now? That's why I can tell you right now, what I am dealing with at my home, grace is working, God's influence in my wife's heart. You all ain't ready for this. You all ain't ready. Everybody ain't ready for this kind of message. I done lost a whole lot of people. See, when you are walking in God's plan, and one of the things that God told me this morning, when I confessed to him, you know, I'm praying to you about this, but I feel like I'm trying to manipulate you into telling me yes to something. And then he whispered to me, Q, he said, I like honesty, Charles.
I know that's right. That's right. Yes.
It takes an individual. I don't want to go here, Holy Ghost. Glory to God. Help me. Glory to God. Lord, help me. Oh, shut up. Hey, let me tell you something about this manipulation thing. See, everybody has faults. Everybody make mistakes. Everybody has weaknesses. But you have to understand that read until they grow together. Amen? You don't know who is who until the time of exposure. When the angels come to expose something, that's the way we even know anything. But I tell you something that the Lord showed me. God, if you help me, I'll get out of this. I don't want to go here. I tell you something that the Lord showed me. When you have a true child of God and they get caught up in something that God exposed them, they become repentant. They become sorry. They say, listen, I was sorry. Like I did listen there. They become repentant. Somebody there say amen. But when you deal with somebody who don't really have God's spirit in them, when they get exposed, they run for the hills. And what they do is they blame somebody else. And they never take responsibility. Y'all ain't ready for this. Have you ever been around people who refuse to take responsibility for anything? How can you have the Spirit of God in you and then refuse to take responsibility for what you know you did? I'm making some of y'all so uncomfortable. That's all it takes. If you have the Spirit of God in you and you did something and you got exposed, why wouldn't you just say, I am sorry. I don't know why I did it. I said to my wife, I'm sorry. It happened this way. It happened that way. I'm not going to blame her for what I did. I am sorry. I did the wrong thing. Oh, some of y'all shutting down on me. Stay with me. Y'all who've been here a long time, y'all know this is my ministry. Everything I live is what I preach. This is my ministry. Can I do this? Can I do this like you? It's manipulation. It cannot be the Spirit of God when you know you wronged somebody and refuse to admit it. And then on top of that, you blame them for what it is that you know you did. Jesus. Hallelujah. Let's move on. For what man know the things of man, said the Spirit of the man. Am I helping y'all here? Listen, it frees you up. Oh boy, I love you, Jesus. I love you, Lord. To guide somebody, if I'm going to guide Camille on this journey, I have to be with her at all times. I have to be giving her instructions every step of the way. A guidance, see, if I give her instructions to go do it, I'm just instructing her to tell her to go do it. But if I'm going to guide her, I have to stay with her. I was on the phone with Prudential this morning. She called me and said, I went to, matter of fact, the pastor from the other church called me and said, somebody named Prudential, thank God for a man of God. Somebody named Prudential looking for you. So he texted me a number. I called her. I had to guide her to church. Amen. And I stayed on the phone with her because if I just gave her the address, she couldn't find it. See, when I gave her the address, I wasn't guiding her. But when she called me back and said she couldn't find it, I said, okay, stay on the phone with me. I'll tell you every turn. And even in that, me telling every time, she still missed the turn she's supposed to take. But since listen to me now, I'm teaching you something. Since I was guiding her, she could stay in contact with me. And I said, go up there and take a U-turn. I come back to this place. I come back to this place. So the Holy Ghost, even when you make mistakes, if you have told him, you preaching in the Holy Ghost, if you have told him, he will tell you, stop right there, take a U-turn, you missed it, come back to this place. Oh God, I'm preaching the Word. Come back to this place. It's like a GPS in you. You say rerouting, but you got to be connected to the Spirit. Glory to God. When they give you these kind of instructions, you have to be connected to the Spirit this morning to get the instructions on what not to do. So I'm using to tell you, when I stop listening, I'm manipulating. Am I preaching the word? I have to use that. That's a good one, man. That's a good teaching. Because I told her, I said, did you pass the blue building? She said, no, I didn't see no blue building. But I see some red buildings. Well, you can't see the red till you pass the blue. So she got confused somewhere, right? And I didn't go off on her. I said, okay, hold on, turn at the next corner. Wherever you go to, just turn right there. And let's just keep walking forward. Because she was good. I preach it real good here. Because, Ms. Victor, she was connected to me. I'm preaching good. God, you helping me. When you refuse, when a person can do wrong, and blatantly do wrong, and then get exposed and refuse to be corrected, something is wrong. God help me here.